What's up everyone? If you have a Jeep Wrangler TJ that does not pass SMOG because the monitors aren't ready, stay tuned for this video. I'm going to show you how to fix it and never have to worry about it again. What's up guys? I am on my way back home from the Jeep dealership. I'm driving the red Rubicon TJ that we just acquired. And the reason I was even going to the dealership was because of a warranty repair regarding the monitor readiness systems for SMOG checking. Now, as many of you are aware or unaware, with the 05 and 06 TJs, you could have this monitor not ready problem where you do the drive cycle over and over and over again, and no matter what you do, the vehicle is just not ready to be SMOG tested. And so this is a big problem. That means I'm not able to register it. And I have the TSB number. I'll drop an image of that, as well as an original letter from Chrysler to all the owners in 2013 saying that this is a problem with the vehicles and it's a well-known issue and we're extending the warranty to lifetime coverage. Well, guess what? I'm driving home right now from the dealer, and guess who did not get the warranty completed? And that is because they are saying I don't have a warranty, this issue doesn't exist, despite the fact that I printed everything out and handed it over to them. What I did was I called Jeep Corporate, and when I called Jeep Corporate, they said their systems are down, they're gonna have to call me back. Now, as you can understand, this is pretty frustrating. It took me a while to get to the dealer this morning, and now I'm headed back home empty-handed. 2 hours of my time to me is very valuable, especially on a day off. So it sucks that I'm going back empty-handed. I looked around on YouTube, on the internet, and I didn't find any DIY write-ups of this actually. So as soon as I go home, you know what, I'm gonna just tackle the project myself and get this Jeep fixed. Stay tuned to see me take care of it. Alright everyone, so paperwork I guess doesn't mean much. This is the original letter from Chrysler. I'm gonna actually put this in the link below so you can all read it. And this is the TSB that outlines the exact procedure to be done with. So I'll read from this letter. It says, this letter is to inform you that the warranty period, 3 years or 36K miles on your Wrangler's OBD monitor, has been extended to lifetime coverage. This is for select 05 to 06 Wranglers. And basically the issue is the vehicle is never ready to SMOG because of the mil indicator light. Now if you put the key in the dash in the ignition and turn it, you'll see the check engine light show up, and then it'll start flashing and then it'll become solid again. This is without turning the engine on, and it just tells you that it's not ready to pass SMOG yet. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take you to the dealership. I'll take care of you myself. So let's just get started. I highly recommend downloading and having this service bulletin in hand. Now I'll show you the issue with this thing and I'll put up a better image, but it's basically all animated. It's not actually the vehicle, it's not actual pictures of the vehicle, so it's kind of hard to interpret. Plus, cutting wires, crimping wires in the computer of the vehicle is just kind of daunting to me. It's something that I personally have never done before. But I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I need to pass SMOG and the dealer is unwilling to do it. So the very first step is to peel back your Jeep like a banana peel and locate your PCM. This is your PCM right over here, and this is where all of the work will be going on today. So I'm actually just gonna follow along the, I'm gonna follow along the TSB and get the job done. Step 1, remove and isolate the positive and negative terminals of the battery. So using a 10mm socket, I'm gonna go ahead and isolate the battery terminal. I like to isolate the negative terminal first because the entire frame has a negative charge on it, and I'd like to get rid of that before I even touch the positive wire. Again, we're gonna do the same thing here. Put it in a glove, make sure nothing's touching. Step number 2, time to remove the PDC cover. You could do so by pinching both tabs here and just lifting it straight up. Step 3, locate the AST shutdown and fuel pump relays in the PDC. And you could do so by looking right over here. As you can see, this is the ASD relay, and this is the fuel pump relay. So those two over there, and it correlates with this. So you just follow this map. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the ASD relay, and by deduction, fuel pump is 2 over and 1 down. So just 1, 2, and down. So it's these two that we're working with today. Step number 4, remove the positive battery cable from the PDC. It's these two nuts right over here. Just moving along. Remove the PDC from its bracket and remove the cover from the bottom to expose the underside wiring. So it's held in with these 4 clips over here. And using a flathead screwdriver, you just press into the tabs. Once you press in all 4 tabs, you can just lift this straight out. And give yourself some room for articulation here. And now it's time to expose the bottom end wiring. You're gonna do the same thing. Sorry about the background noise, it is trash day here. But let's take these guys out. One on each corner. The next step is to locate the terminal end of PDC cavity A13 that connects ASC relay pin 85. This is the 220 gauge wires, each are pink and white. So after you give yourself some better exposure of the wires, you'll see that these are the 2 wires that they are talking about right here. There's one that goes there and one that goes to the wiring bundle. These are the 2. There's no other pink white wires, and it looks kind of like it looks in the diagram. All right, moving on. At the PDC cavity A13, locate the pink white wire that connects to the fuel pump relay terminal. So these are the 2. Let me get the angle good. Sorry about the shadows. It's between the articulation, the camera, the shadows. So these are the 2 pink white wires, as I've previously mentioned. One of them goes to the bundle, one of them goes to the fuel pump relay over here. This guy right over here. So we're gonna basically cut both of these. Gonna connect this one to that. And then I'm also gonna cut this yellow-red one, this yellow-brown wire, and splice it to this piece. So these are gonna be connected to one wire to the other, and then this wire is gonna be connected to this wire, so then there's gonna be 3 wires on the lower crimp. That is literally everything. That is as hard as it is. It is very, very basic once you get down to the nuts and bolts. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all of that now, and catch you when I finish. As of note, I don't have the crimp connector set. I'm gonna use my regular connectors. All right, let's get to some cutting here. I'm gonna just zoom through this, but you'll be able to see everything that I do here. So our 3 wires of concern are here. Just gonna go ahead and drop some cuts. So step number 8, cut the pink white wire that connects fuel pump relay as close to the PDC A13 as possible. So PDC A13 is here. This one, I'm gonna cut it, but I'm not gonna cut it as close as possible. I'm gonna cut it just right around here, just to give myself some room. So that's one cut. At the same PDC A13, cut the other pink wire approximately 2 inches out. I'll do so like this. Looks about right. Looks about right to me. There are now 3 of these wires. 1, 2, 3. Strip approximately 1/4 inch of insulation from the ends of all 3. Splice the 1 pink white wire leading from the fuel pump relay, which is this, to the 1 pink white wire coming from the wiring bundle. So like this. These are going to splice to each other. It says be sure to use shrink wrap. Sliding the shrink tubing over. Grab your wire stripper. In case you want to see all of the electrical tools, all the tools I use to do electricals, I will drop links in the description below. These are my favorite items to do so with. I love this automatic stripper. Now those 2 are going to get connected to each other. So let's twist the ends. Just want to make a clarification at this point. This is the one that they wanted us to not to just leave like right at the base. I left it open. I'll go ahead and drop electrical tape on it. I just want to have it there in case I ever have to revert back to what it was, in case this doesn't work. I like having options. I like having a fail-safe technique. So I went ahead and attached that wire over there, and now I just have to make one more cut and one more crimp connection, and I will be all set. This is the red yellow wire right over here. I'm gonna cut that. This connects from A15 to fuse number 9. This is the ASD power source. So I'm gonna just cut this, I'm sorry about the angle, just right over here. So now we have 3 wires left. Just gonna adjust it here so I have a better grip on it. So 1, 2, and 3. Once we connect all 3, we are in the clear. So what I'm gonna do here is just twist the pink white and the red yellow to each other, like so. And now it's time to connect all 3 together. I'm using an 18 gauge wire. These are 2 18 gauge wires, so I'm going to use the larger crimp connector here. Drop the crimp down. Looks pretty solid. Time to connect it to the other end. Now that that one is in there all the way, time to drop a crimp on it. Give it a tug and you're good to go. Notice 3 wires connected to each other with this one. Time to straight the tubing over it. Now it's time to put it all back together and have a nice cold one. Now that you're all done and your battery is secured, your fuse boxes, your PDC secured, time to say a quick prayer and fire it up. Hope that it starts on you, because we just cut some serious wires. Well, it looks like all is well. All right, let's give it a fired right up. That is all I have for you today. Time to drive the Jeep around for the computer to reset, and hopefully it could pass smog pretty soon, so then I could start working on this terrible oil leak. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. We make awesome Jeep content and do lots and lots of giveaways. We are giving away $100 worth of Amazon Jeep products once we hit 3,000 subscribers, so be sure to stay tuned and subscribe to our channel. And best of luck with this mod. I hope this video was helpful.